let's talk about Twitter for your campaign. You need to have a Twitter account, totally worth it. And let's talk about why. First, have the same handle across all your social media accounts. It's actually really easy to change your handle on Twitter. And so make sure your Facebook handle, Twitter handle, the @ sign. So I had @Randy for Colorado. Make sure that's the same across all of them. Makes you much easier to search and tag. So if you're watching this, you're probably not terribly confident with Twitter. And therefore, you need to get on Twitter, start your account, and start tweeting. Just tweet about things that you understand, that are important to you. And if you're running for office or thinking about it, tweet about who you are and that you're running. And just start connecting, learning how to be on Twitter. So why is it worth being on Twitter? The fundraising and the connection, eventually for the platform you'll have and the ability to influence and spread your message. But in the beginning with the campaign, why is it worth your time when you're starting at maybe almost nothing? It's worth your time because you'll find a lot of new, unique donors who will boost your campaign, and they're people from outside your typical asking circles because you're finding them on Twitter versus, people on your donor list that you create to, family, friends, and acquaintances and school folks and all that, neighbors that you're asking. You find unique donors on Twitter, new ones that will often donate multiple times and sometimes quite a bit, not necessarily small amounts. So it's worth your time. Get on, start tweeting. And the way you can increase your following beyond tweeting a lot, and you need to just do lots of tweets, and remember to use hashtags, especially ones that might be trending at the time, and speak on things that you understand. Then to increase your following, a couple ways to do that, some maybe secrets of Twitter. There are follow back parties, and you need to search for hashtags like follow back party. Another one I used a lot during my time on Twitter, because it was during the reign of 45, was resistance. And so there was follow back resistance parties and the resistance hashtag. So I would search those and go onto people's tweets, their posts on Twitter, and depending on the post and how many followers they had and who was commenting, I would leave a comment about who I was and that I wanted their support, and I would follow back. So in my race, I would have been the first woman to be elected for this seat and the first Democrat to be elected for this seat. So I would go into those follow back resistance parties and Democrat hashtag groups, tweets, and comment who I was, that I'm a woman running for a state Senate seat, and would you please follow, and I'll follow back, that I need more support and I need their support. And then sometimes I would maybe put a link to my website and ask them if they could donate $5 to show their support, to do that. And it's worth it. It's worth your time to do that, because in the beginning, it may take a little bit more time to understand how to do that and to do a good job at it. But eventually it will become something that's very quick. And once you've set up a number of tweets that have worked for you, you can use them again and just, tweet them on different people's posts and comment that. So, okay, let me see what we have here. Follow other people. So in those follow back parties, but even just kind of more normally, and it's not famous people, journalists, they're not going to follow you back. It's extremely unlikely. So you need to follow kind of more normal people that have a more normal level of followers. And many times those people will follow back. So be interactive, comment on people's posts, look through Twitter a little bit, search a hashtag, search something that's trending, or maybe search something like Medicare for All, and find people's posts and comment, and they will follow you and you will be connected. Many people are on Twitter because they want to connect with others. And so being interactive, being kind, and connecting will gain you more followers. And okay, so the last tips on fundraising with Twitter, it's worth it to do it. Practice, try, and start. And Another tip I have is to direct people to your website and make sure you have a big donation button on your website, but don't often or at all maybe direct people to your actual donation platform link. So that might be ActBlue or Anadot, for example, are some of the ones I know of. When you put a link to ActBlue on any social media platform, especially Facebook, but Twitter as well, it really, the algorithms, it doesn't go anywhere. But if you put a link to your website and you have a donate button right there at the top to make it easy for people, then you get a lot more traffic to that post. People will see it more and you'll get traffic to your website, which is a big goal also. So make small asks of people. Ask for $5 or $10 because once you have a donor, they're more likely to give again. They're invested in you. So make small asks and then you can ask again when it's appropriate. It's more comfortable to ask for small asks too, to make a small ask, and you're more likely to be successful on a platform like Twitter if you're asking for, maybe $10 donation sort of thing. So, well, I think that's all I have for Twitter.